Today is Tuesday, February 4th, and this is another update on my progress of beating the S&P 500 along with Bill Ackman's Pershing Square holdings. I do make these videos every Tuesday and Sunday, so if you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. I did decide to keep my portfolio exactly the same as the last update. The SPY price did cross below that line that I referenced in my last video. I decided not to make any moves at that point because I wanted to keep some cash on the sideline still. These are going to be all 12 of my current positions. Right now, Meta, Nvidia, Microsoft, Costco, and PayPal make up my top 5, and those account for 47.83% of my portfolio. Right now, Palantir with a 52.42% gain, and Spotify, which has a 31.85% gain, are my two biggest winners by percentage. And then by actual profits, Meta is still going to be my number 1 at a 16.99% gain. That does make up 14.86% of my overall portfolio. Spotify, PayPal, and Palantir all released their earnings. Palantir and Spotify did really well. PayPal not so much, even though it did beat the top and bottom line. PayPal went down mostly because some of their costs had increased. I plan on increasing my position size in all three. I just want to wait a few days post earnings to do so. Right now I have 81.42% of my portfolio invested, which means I have 18.58 sitting in cash. When I increase my positions in Spotify, Palantir, and PayPal, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to use the cash that I have or if I'm going to cash in on Hasbro, which right now makes up 3.87% of my portfolio and only has a 0.24% gain. What I'll probably end up doing is selling Hasbro, using that money to increase those 3 positions, and then opening up a new 12th position. But like I said, I do want to wait a few days post earnings, so that'll most likely happen on Thursday or Friday. Today we had the job openings report, which came in at 7.6 million against the expected 8 million. So even though that was a miss, and that's an indication that the labor market's starting to cool, that is one of the indicators that Jerome Powell is looking for next time he cuts interest rates. Tomorrow is going to be the ADP employment, Thursday's initial jobless claims, and then on Friday is going to be the employment report. So by the end of the week, we should have a pretty good feel for how the labor market's doing. This is what the SPY chart's going to look like right now. This is what I was referencing earlier when the SPY price closed below this support level. I didn't think it was down far enough to go ahead and make any additions quite yet. And then today we saw the rebound, which got the SPY price back above the 15. And right now it's pretty much exactly at the 5-day. Even though the market did well today, to me it seems like it's losing some of its momentum. During the last downtrend, I know that the swings were pretty extreme. At least to me, these recent moves do look similar to what happened previously. So what I'm going to be looking out for to make sure that the market's not going to take a downward swing, I'm going to put a line where the SPY price recently closed at twice, which is going to be last Tuesday and last Thursday. So until the SPY price can get above this line and spend a few days there, I do think that there's a possibility that we're going to have another one of these, which should provide some buying opportunities, because I think a lot of what's bringing the markets down right now is being overblown. Since Monday, Pershing Square had a loss of 2.83%, my portfolio had a gain of 2.3%, and the S&P 500 had a loss of 0.02%, which brings us year to date. Pershing Square is at a gain of 5.74%, my portfolio is at a gain of 5.68%, and the S&P 500 is at a gain of 2.89%. That's going to do it for today. I do make these videos every Tuesday and Sunday, so if you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on Sunday.